What's up, everybody? I'm Alan Seslowsky, and thanks for tuning back into RosterWatch. Each week, this video will highlight players that are changing value in the RosterWatch Dynasty Startup Rankings found exclusively on DynastyDepot.com. Keep in mind that players moving slightly up and down the ranks inside the top 50 is a significant move in value. Players outside the top 50, they tend to see larger changes in value. The first player we're going to talk about is Baker Mayfield of the Cleveland Browns. The quarterback is only age 25, and he's rising up our dynasty rankings. Baker Mayfield has had a roller coaster ride in fantasy football and real life so far in the NFL. The number one overall pick in 2018, Mayfield set the rookie record for touchdown passes with 27 back in 2018, despite not starting until week 3. It should be noted that in 2020, Justin Herbert broke Mayfield's record with 31 touchdown passes this season. Mayfield was a consensus top 8 quarterback pick in 2019 drafts after the Browns added Odell Beckham to their roster. Mayfield disappointed last year, finishing as the QB 19. In 2020, Baker Mayfield was once again off to a poor start, and he was dropped in many one-quarterback redraft leagues. Superflex players who drafted Mayfield inside of the top 10 dynasty quarterbacks were regretting it back in September. If your team somehow survived the 2020 fantasy season and made it to the playoffs, Baker Mayfield came through for you in a big way. In weeks 13 through 16, Mayfield finished as the QB5 overall. He looked poised, pocket aware, and showed off that cannon of an arm. The Browns showed well in the NFL playoffs this season, and there is reason to be optimistic about Mayfield's fantasy outlook for the next few years. In Superflex leagues, Mayfield makes for the ideal quarterback 2 with extreme upside to finish as a top 5 quarterback. His ADP in early startup drafts is around the end of the 3rd round. The next player we're going to talk about is Jalen Hurts, the quarterback on the Philadelphia Eagles, currently falling down the dynasty rankings. Hurts is only age 22 and is going to be entering his 2nd year in the NFL. Previously, we had Hurts ranked as our QB 10. He's now fallen to QB 14. The initial set of dynasty rankings released on January 1st intentionally was aggressive on Jalen Hurts. He was our QB 10, ranked as if he was going to be the 2021 starter in Philadelphia. The firing of Eagles head coach Doug Peterson, along with the Eagles wanting to bring in a coach to fix Carson Wentz, is reason to slightly downgrade Hurts. We've already seen Hurts' immense upside and still think he makes for a reasonable swing for the fences pick in the 6th round of your Superflex startup drafts. Hurts is not a lock to be a starter in the beginning of the 2021 season. There are many unknowns at this point which could unfold, including a Hurts trade in the offseason. Hurts is a player that will undoubtedly have a dynamic ranking, someone to keep an eye on this offseason. Finally, I want to talk to you about Cam Akers, the 21-year-old running back on the Los Angeles Rams. Now, we highlighted Cam Akers on this video last week, but he's worth noting again since he continues to inch up our fantasy dynasty rankings. Previously, Akers was the RB16. We had bumped him up to about RB12 last week, and now he's firmly at RB10. Akers was surprisingly a polarizing fantasy prospect in his rookie season and didn't come on until about week 12. The Rams continued to commit to Akers, and Akers delivered in a big way in the real NFL playoffs. And he looks like he's finally hit his stride. If you participate in a dynasty startup in January or February, Akers is currently still undervalued with an ADP around 36. It won't be long before you have to spend a 2nd round pick to get Cam Akers on your fantasy dynasty team. Okay, RosterWatch Nation, that's it for today. Remember to like and subscribe to get notifications when we go live, and leave us a comment in the video. We will comment back. Until next time, goodbye.